Hello, this is Jamie Magrich. Welcome to Jamie's Craft Table. Today I'm going to show you how I made this card. And let's get started. Alright, so I'm using the timeworn type 3D embossing folder. I'm using the Scottie bundle. And cottage wreath dies. So I'm using these dies are all from the cottage wreath. I've already cut them out. I've cut one from each one of these wreaths. I cut 3 of these little, and those are all out of the white, and this little bow out of the white. These 2 little leaves I cut out of crumb cake. Then this is the second from the largest, and I cut it directly out of the center of the front of my card. Okay, so this is 5.5 by 8.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4, and I cut this circle right directly out of the center of it. I'm going to use both pieces. Okay, and I also have a scrap of black to punch the Scottie dog with. I already used my crumb cake piece and cut those out, but I just wanted to show you needed that. And then this piece is 5 1/4 by 8, and I scored it at 4 and 6. Okay, I've got 6 and 8 on here, but that's not right. It's 4 and 6. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, let's take this piece here, get some of the stuff out of my way. And this flap here, we're going to put in our embossing folder. You want to make sure that all the folds are to the left of the embossing folder, because there's writing on it that would be upside down otherwise. Okay, we're going to put it like that. We're going to run that through our die cut machine. Right back. Excuse me. Okay, so I've got that embossed. Okay, and this is going to go on the inside of this card, like that. So we can go ahead and adhere that now. And I just realized I forgot a piece, because we need a piece for the inside. Okay, and we want the Z part, this part, to be over on the right. I'll just center it on the front of that card. Okay. Alright, we'll let that aside. Bring in a piece of scratch paper. And I'll bring in this piece here, which is the circle that came out of the center of that. I'm going to bring in this stamp in real red ink. You could do this any color you wanted. We're going to do it real red because I just re-inked this, so it's really sticky. Okay, so stamp it in the center of it, or I guess it doesn't really matter. And if we ink it up again, we can line it up. You line up those lines with the lines. can stamp all the little pieces that don't match. Now on the sides, you got to turn it around, but on the top and the bottom, you just shift it. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to hide most of it anyways. Line up those lines. Okay, so there's that. Now, I forgot this piece, so let's cut this 3 3/4. Five. Okay, and I'm going to bring in the sentiment, may your days be furry and bright. And I'm going to stamp that right in the center. Oh, that didn't come out very well. Much better. I'm bring in the snowflakes. Stamp one here. Stamp one here. Okay, and that can get glued right to the center here. Okay, so that's that part. Now this is going to get mounted right here, right back in the center. So we're going to close this up. We're just going to put adhesive here. And we're going to take our little circle, fit it right back into that spot. I kind of want this plaid to be going the right way though. Open it up. Make sure it doesn't get caught on there. Okay, perfect. Okay, so there's that part of the card. Now on the front of the card, we're going to stamp those snowflakes. So I'm going to open it up completely. And I'm going to stamp one here. I'm going to stamp one up here. Awesome. That should be all the stamping. Let's put this ink pad away before I get ink on something I don't want it on. Alright, now let's bring in our punch. Let's punch our little Scottie dog. We just need the dog part today. Okay, we're going to bring in these two wreaths. I'm going to kind of fluff up this one a little bit. See how the outer leaves kind of separate? Just going to do it a little bit. Okay, now this one lines up perfectly with this one. You can do it off center if you'd rather, but it actually lines up perfectly. So I'm going to put some glue around the back of this. line that up. On the back of that. Get that pushed into shape. All right. Now this is going to go right on the front of our card, right in the center there. Okay. And where'd my two little brown leaves go? There they are. Okay, now we need the Scottie dog, and I need some ribbon for him. Where did he go? All right, I'm going to pause. Oh, here it is. Again, this is not Stampin' Up! Ribbon, but there is Stampin' Up! Ribbon that you could probably use. I just don't have it. And you don't need a very large piece. I'm using glue dots. You could use Scotch tape if you'd rather. Just putting glue dots on the back. We want them to just have them sit this way. Now let's turn them over. Okay, so now I'm gonna wrap this collar around the back. All right, he's gonna get glued right here. I'm gonna use dimensionals for that. So I'm gonna put one right over his collar in the back. All right. I'm still in frame. I'm going to set him right here. Okay. Now we're going to bring these in. I'm going to use glue dots. Glue dot on the bottom here. Come on. Stick, thank you. I'm going to put one here. Put one going this way. Where'd the third one go? This one is going to go over here, this direction. We're going to take our bow. We're going to snip off these tails. I'm going to do it at an angle so it looks like it was intentional. And the reason for that is so that those tails don't get stuck on the door when you're going to open it. Put a glue dot right in the center of that. Cover up these tails here. Like that. Go on just a hair taller. Okay, then we're going to bring in these little brown pieces. I'm going to use a wet glue because tuck it in underneath here. So just a little bit of it shows. Where'd the other one go? Too much stuff on my desk. This one will go over here. So adjust this a little. There we go. This one here. Oops. It's got to be where you can't interfere with the door, with the window. Okay, then we're going to finish this off with some red rhinestones. And I'm going to put one in the center of the bow. I'm going to put one on the big one, the second one on the big one, and then the second to largest. So there's 5 rhinestones. There you go. There's the card we just made together. Here's the one I did previously. Well, thank you so much for joining me today at Jamie's Craft Table. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you can find a little bit of time to play with some stamps, ink, and paper.